It's week 4 of the NFL. And coming up, we'll see the workhorse, Jonathan Taylor. He's one of the highest scoring backs in the league, ranking 5th in rushing touchdowns. It's the Colts and the Steelers, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen. Greg, this is one that the defensive coordinators have had a long week because these quarterbacks, you can prepare for them, but because of their legs, you never know what they're going to do.
Man, when the play breaks down, I think that's where the real fun begins. I mean, it is just so hard. You mentioned it. These defensive coordinators, they spend all week, and every time the ball is snapped, you really have to defend 2 plays. And what I mean,
the veteran Chris Boswell, ready to get things going. Off we go from downtown Indianapolis. Anthony Gould now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Indianapolis led out by their quarterback, Anthony Richardson, the number 4 overall pick in 2023. Had some highlight moments, but injured most of the year. Greg now in his 2nd year in the NFL out of Florida.
sometimes you can just see a player who is clearly playing what they call the zone, right? Mike, last week when we went back and watched, I mean, whether he was throwing touchdowns or scoring with his legs, the defense just simply didn't have an answer for him. He was arguably the best player on the field, regardless of position. If he's able to continue to do that here, he's going to be a tough group to beat.
A 2nd down throw for Richardson. That's to the right side and incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
He'll carry that ball loosely, and it is out. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
So, 4th down, the Colts send out Rigoberto Sanchez to punt. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The Steelers led out by their quarterback, Russell Wilson. Still strange to not see him in a Seattle uniform where he was for a decade, couple of years with the Broncos. And now Greg, the 9-time Pro Bowler, year 1 in Pittsburgh.
You know, what's funny about the NFL, Mike, is you expect to come out and have your A game each and every week. And certainly that's ideal, but can you win when you don't have your best stuff? And I think that's what we saw from this quarterback last week. The best thing he did was just continue to battle, continue to make just enough plays, even though he had some struggles. But the biggest thing is, while he continues to improve, what a confidence boost for this entire team, knowing that even if their quarterback doesn't have his best stuff, they can still play winning football.
That's pulled in, Najee Harris. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Here's 1st and 10. They run it over center with Harris. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Another run here with Harris. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 24-yard line. A gain there of 27 yards.
Well, that right there, Mike, is your once-a-game reminder of just the importance of short tackling. This run never gets anywhere near where it ends up if that initial hit was stronger and he was able to take him down.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. A pass taken in by Harris. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Second down and 8.
At the 22-yard line.
They go play action with Wilson. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's in. Calvin Austin. Touchdown Steelers. It's his second touchdown of the year.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown, back out to kick this one off. Here's Gould on the return. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Colts offense ready now for their second drive. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. On first down, it's Richardson. Catch made, that's Pittman. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction, defense. Automatic first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. Again, they target Pittman. He's got another catch. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
And downfield, it is Downs with the catch. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. And he is going to go down, but we do have the marker at the line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun.
Still first down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. From the gun, Richardson. Trying the left side and caught by Pittman.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. Good running. Gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
That's good for another Colts.
They'll run here with Taylor. And that big offensive line. Clearing space. He's in. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown Colts.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, like it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Ball time, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Russ. He'll get that complete. It's George Pickens. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
George Pickens, a nice grab there. He not only topped the 1,000-yard mark for the first time last year, Mike, but he did so leading the league in average yards per catch. He can really get vertical, and I think in this new Arthur Smith system, especially with the play action, that's going to be a really big weapon on the outside. Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
He was looking for George Pickens there. Now it's going to be 3rd down. Wilson will throw again. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
On 4th down, it's the former Texan Cameron Johnston to punt for the Steelers. Anthony Gould deep for Indy. And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully, and that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Adonai Mitchell, the intended target. And that will lead to a 2nd down. Now Richardson. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. 2 incompletions to start the drive, and it leads to 3rd down and 10. Throwing is Richardson. Taking off, he'll try to get there. 10 yards on the scramble there, and he picks up the 1st down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the 1st down.
A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
Richardson to throw it here on 1st down. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. On play action, Richardson to the goal line and in. Josh down. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession, worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. Now a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Najee Harris inside the 30. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down.
Well, you talk about being able to flip the field. You won't find many longer runs than this, Mike, that don't end up resulting in a touchdown. He nearly took this all the way. That was incredible.
So after the big play to start, now we have 1st and goal. Here's Warren. And he's not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose yardage. They push him backwards.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. On 3rd and goal, Wilson. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Zaire Franklin.
Oh, and in that spot, Mike, that's just painful to see. If the throw's not there, you want him to just get rid of it. Throw it 50 rows into the stands. Give somebody a souvenir. But worst case scenario, you've got to get to 4th down and have a shot at 3 points. But instead, after that pick, you come away with 0.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll run here with Sermon. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Richardson will give it to Taylor. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
A gain of 2 on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's Richardson. The open man is the tight end, Granson. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. The Colts about set to punt, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. Steelers offense and running back Najee Harris getting set to take over once more. And he has made his presence felt in the ground game already in this 1st quarter. And it might very well lean on him the next 3 quarters too. And this will be incomplete, but a penalty flag down on the play. And let's see who's guilty. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Out of the gun, here's Russ. He'll throw it left and has his running back.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
From the shotgun, Wilson. This one caught by the back out of the backfield. 12 yards on that hookup. Good for a Steeler first down.
First down, Steelers.
One quarter in the books. 14-7 is our score. We'll come back to Indianapolis in a moment. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They're going to run out of the gun, and here's Harris. And he'll get about 5.
He's marked down at the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Out of the gun, it's Wilson. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Here's Gould on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
20 yards on that pass play. 1st down, Indianapolis. They'll run on 1st down with Taylor. And he'll get this one across midfield. Brought down after a pickup of a half dozen. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Richardson to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Here's a 3rd down and 4.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Throwing, Richardson. That's to the left side and taken in by Downs. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. On the give, this is Taylor. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 35-yard line.
They go right back to Taylor. Good running there. He's got the 1st down inside the 30.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman with that one. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Here's Richardson. Going to keep this himself. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Brian Kelly, the center, guilty there. On the handoff, it's Taylor. Strong running there, inside the 30. On the move with a gain of 9. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Richardson. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. And it sets up 4th down. Matt Gay coming on for this field goal try. This will be a 38-yard attempt. Gay's kick is good. And the Colts will open up a touchdown lead. It's now 17-10.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Set to go now on 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Harris. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Wilson. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And he's going to be taken down here. Looks like a pretty good spot, though. Yes, he's got it. That's a 1st down.
1st down, Pittsburgh.
They'll give it to Harris again. Not much happening there. Just a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They go play action with Wilson. Off balance throw. It's complete. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. On the handoff, it's Harris. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. He'll get this into the hands of Austin. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
And the Steelers are going to be set up. 1st and goal coming up. They'll mark them down at the 6-yard line.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
They'll run with Harris. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal at the 7-yard line.
One more time, it's Harris. He's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8-yard line.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Ball start. Offense.
Good drive now faces a tough conversion. It is 3rd and long. Now Russ. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. This one from 39 yards out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Steelers are able to cut it to 4, 17-13. Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. He'll start at the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. Now it's Richardson. He'll keep it. And he shows off a little footwork, winding his way for a run of 8. After missing a lot of his rookie season, Anthony Richardson is in some discomfort. They'll run out of the gun. It's Taylor. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Infraction. Defense.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Zone read, it's a give to Taylor. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
Taylor does a nice job there finding some running room, and that's the Jonathan Taylor we all remember, Mike. Think back in 2021, Offensive Player of the Year, arguably one of the best players in football. And then the last 2 seasons, it's been the injuries. When healthy, he's among the league's best.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Flacco. That one intercepted. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. The pick 6 for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see. And it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment. Uplifting for them. Big momentum build.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense. You get yourself an easy touchdown. All of a sudden, your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
Here's Gould on the return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Here's Flacco. He completes this one to Mallory. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 38.
Got his man. It's Ogletree. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Flacco to throw. Open man is the rookie, Adonai Mitchell. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Now a 3rd and 2. Throwing, Flacco. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
That's going to be out of bounds. Well judged and spotted right at the 10-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. That's complete left side to Pickens. And a nice gain, getting this to about the 23-yard line. 1st and 10. Wilson lines up in the pistol. That's caught right side. It's Freiermuth. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their 2nd, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now it's Wilson. That one broken up. It's incomplete. All over him down the field. It'll set up 3rd down. Throwing again. Wilson. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. Here's Cameron Johnston now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. On the return is Gould. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Colts offense and running back Jonathan Taylor set to take over once more. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Here's Flacco to throw. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. To throw is Flacco. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for 3rd and a yard. Now Flacco. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. And now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, and it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half. Here's Rigoberto Sanchez now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Now flags fly. Looked like someone got going early, and it's going to turn into 1st and 15. They put Pickens in motion. They run on the jet sweep, and that'll get the penalty yardage back. He gains 5 to set up 2nd and 10. Here at halftime, it's the visitors, the Steelers, who are in the lead. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where it was the visiting Cowboys who got the win on the road. Dak Prescott, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. From there, we head over to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Caleb Williams, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. Wes Watkins going to bring it back. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. They run it over center with Harris. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Another run here with Harris. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a 1st down on that gain of 5.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. 1st down, Steelers.
A run. Here's Harris. He'll work forward to the 40-yard line. Zaire Franklin that time there for the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. They look underneath here for Harris. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. So the Steelers ready to kick this one skyward. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. On 1st down, they'll start with Taylor. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll go again here with Taylor. And they'll stop him. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but it didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down. Now Richardson, and that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line.
At their own 34-yard line.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Give up the middle to Harris. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. He'll try to run for it with Harris. And he's not going to get the first down. Met and brought down in the backfield on 3rd and short. They do not get it done.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
This will be returnable from his own 15. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. On first down, it's Richardson. This throw right side, pulled in by Pittman. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3.
At the 26-yard line.
Off the zone read, this is Richardson. He makes one man miss, but stopped quickly as they hold him to a gain of 1. Here's 3rd and 2.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Out of the shotgun, Richardson. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. That's brought in right side by Pickens. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go.
At the 33-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Russ. It's into the hands of Pickens once again. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
19 yards.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time.
Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
A throw left side, but it's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
And he's able to take this for good yardage before sliding and hitting the deck to end the play. Steelers getting ready to put this one away, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. Oh, got to be careful here. Looks like they're just going to avoid the safety, but not by much. That was close to being a disaster. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. They go right back to Taylor. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. That lane closed quickly. And here comes third down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. On third down, here's a run by Taylor. Call it a gain of 13. That's good for a Colts first down.
We've seen third down really turn into a pass-happy down throughout the league, and I think this is an example of the play caller kind of using that to his advantage. Keep the defense off guard, keeps the ball on the ground, extend this possession.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. From the gun, Richardson. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. They get 25 on that connection. First down, Indianapolis.
First down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Looking to throw, Richardson. That one taken in by Mitchell. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
On the 4 yards. That's another Colts first down.
Richardson will give it to Taylor. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play.
Second and 11 at the Steelers' 47.
A second down throw for Richardson. Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion. They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. Here's Richardson. Finding the open man, that's Pittman. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. The Colts about to kick this one away, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. Too much leg there. That one's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. This drive begins with a run by Harris. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. Here's a second and 12. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's going to let this one go deep. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up fourth down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. They'll come up first and 10 at the 40. On the handoff, it's Taylor. And he's able to sidestep his way forward and pick up 4. Here's a second and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Now Richardson. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Brings up third down and 6 yards to go.
To throw, it's Richardson. He's got his man. That's downs. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Neutral zone infraction, defense. Still first down.
So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. On the give, this is Taylor. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. Cole Holcomb in on the tackle. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. On 2nd down, Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Third down and 4.
Richardson to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll go play action. It's Richardson. Throw right side, pulled in by Mitchell. What a pickup, a gain of 18. And it sets up 1st and goal.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They need 6 for the touchdown. 2nd and goal. Throwing is Richardson. He's going to he is in. Anthony Richardson. Touchdown, Indy. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Colts have taken a 4-point advantage. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. This is going to be taken in at the 3, and he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. And he'll get about 4 to the 29. Here's 2nd and 6. Now Russ. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. The Colts offense about ready to take over once more. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Here's Richardson. Going to keep this himself. He's inside the 40. And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 72 yards. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Colts will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Here to take it back, Quez Watkins. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Steelers offense headed back to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. He finds Austin with the grab. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Here's Harris. Whoa. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going. There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
He'll get this into the hands of Austin. His 2nd grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a 1st down.
1st down, Steelers.
On the ground, this is Harris. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9, just a yard short of that 1st down. 2nd and a yard. They'll give it to Harris again. And he'll get the 1st down there, a pickup of about 5 yards. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. They run it over center with Harris. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short. So out comes the veteran, Chris Boswell, in a big spot. This to get back to a one-possession game. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within one score. So the field goal makes it a one-score game here in the fourth quarter as they kick it away. Here's Gould on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Colts offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a two-score game on this drive. First down and 10. Here's Richardson. Trying the left side and caught by Pittman. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Third down, 3 to go. Richardson. And this ball incomplete on third down.
And on that third down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up fourth down.
Fair catch made here. The drive will start at the 23-yard line. The Steelers offense and Russell Wilson set to take over once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Big play coming up. This is third down. Out of the gun, here's Russ. He's got his man. It's Pickens. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast, because you need every possession you can here late in the fourth quarter.
And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. First and 10. Now Wilson. He'll go right back to Freiermuth. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A give, and here comes Harris. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Another run here with Harris. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. They'll try and run it here with Warren. And for the moment, that's a first down, but we do have a marker down. Let's see if this one will hold up. So now, after the penalty, a much tougher prospect to convert. It is 3rd and 9. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. So it'll bring up 4th down. So out comes the veteran, Chris Boswell, in a big spot. This to get the deficit down inside of a touchdown.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Here's Gould on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10. There's that man again. Another catch. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Richardson. He'll keep it. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Throw over the middle, looked in by Mitchell. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Zone read, it's a give to Taylor. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it is 3rd down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The last 2 runs each lost a yard. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 12. Whistles here and a timeout. Defense going to take this one with 1:51 to go. So out comes Matt Gay in a big spot. This to stretch the lead to a touchdown. And this one right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The Steelers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
That's complete left side to Pickens.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
And here we go, 4th and inches. They'll go, and it's Harris. And he's going to have the Steelers' 1st down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches. A pass taken in by Harris. And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. They'll drop to throw, going for it all. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. That's going to be caught.
And it all came down to that play. The offense finds themselves trailing, all out of their timeouts. The defense knew they were one stop away from ending this game, and they came up big when their team needed it.
Michael Pittman making his way back out there along with the rest of the Colts offense. Here's 1st and 10. They'll have a short field, looking to build on the lead. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win for the Colts. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Colts, winners here in the Circle City, as we say so long from Indianapolis.